joined by the Pringle Eater himself, John Jacobs, and the Queen Lissy Almeida to continue our Scott Hall retrospective. Episode 3, we watched the greatest ladder match of all time, according to some, and the greatest heel turn of all time, according to others. And now we're stepping down a little bit. 99 was a strange place. Lacey T is up. We're going to watch a stun gun ladder match between Scott Hall and Goldberg. Lay the table.
Well, where do we even begin? So we know that Goldberg was being built up as this killing machine, undefeated streak, comes in, he does his 3 moves and, just kills everybody. Great, sure, no problem. The cattle prod or stun gun, whatever it was, whatever you want to call it at the time.
I'm pretty sure they changed what that was called like halfway through as well, right?
Was his demise. And then obviously this was that follow-up. He had gone through did the program with Nash, and now it's Hall's turn. And God, this was the weirdest time in wrestling, to put it nicely.
At least in WCW, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 99, you had Pawn Stars and you had a Ministry of Darkness coming along and the Expert thing, and we just had Mae Young and Sexual Chocolate, and there was a lot going on both sides. But at this time,
oh my God.
Chris Jericho wrestled Perry Saturn in a loser must wear dress match. Ric Flair was teaming with David Flair for the first time. This was his first wrestling match, I think, as a 19-year-old. Flair was the president. The Falls was still a thing. We just had the finger poke of doom 2 weeks earlier, where again, I think Goldberg had been arrested and accused of. It was originally going to be raping Miss Elizabeth, and it became stalking. So Hogan subbed him for the match. Finger poke of doom. Haha, we had you all fooled. The Wolfpack and the Black and White are back together. So for some reason, the way to get back was Goldberg wrestles Scott Hall. Okay. So this is Souled Out, which was supposed to be the original WCW, NWO Soul pay-per-view, hence why it was all black and white. But they did that the year before, and it tanked. So we'll go here again. For those joining John and I on the network, it's episode/WCW Souled Out 1999, and our time check is 2:27:26. Let's see, for Peacock users, tell us where to go.
Yep, WCW Souled Out season 3, same time.
That's a lot simpler than my mouthful. So we're going to click play in 3, 2, 1. And we are in Charleston, West Virginia. Michael Buffer, again, looking as only he can look.
Love Michael. Just love him.
Dressed in black and white, keeping the colour scheme together. Not the blue that he was in last time. What a guy.
He's always ready.
He's just basically saying he's NWO black and white, isn't it?
Yeah, Wasn't this...
But Buffer's going to hit the ring for a run-in.
But they made it so cool. They made it cool and special when they brought in Michael Buffer. Like, you felt like it was the main event. It was, on par with boxing, where it's like, this is what you came here to see.
He was getting paid, Lissy, I think 50,000, maybe 20,000 in Nitro. 50 years. He's getting paid $1 million for 5-10 minutes work. Is that now? If this was Vince McMahon and this is his money, do you think Buffer's going to get brought in?
Never.
Howard, God damn it, pal! Put some more bass in that voice. It's the main event. God damn.
Listen. Vince is going to bring in Lillian Garcia from ringside to do this. Okay, not wasting that money.
What was Lillian Garcia just like a pub singer or something? Pub singers exist in America. What, JJ, help me out. What's a pub singer internationally? Like
someone that sings in nightclubs and stuff like that, right? That's what we're looking at.
Like a wannabe starlet type.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she had an album, and I think she definitely contributed to some eye candy around ringside. And
really,
for sure. Great legs. Great
legs. Even till today, she looks amazing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, not for me, but each their own. She's a beautiful lady, but I'm saying
she's a redhead, so of course she's not for you. Just take her out of the running. Come on.
Hey, look, when you mentioned legs, I
So
know
look-
it was Stacey Keebler.
Are we all clear on the
Music.
rules, right? You need to climb the ladder. You need to retrieve the stun gun that's hanging above the ring. And the first person to zap their opponent with the stun gun wins.
But he's got a stun gun
Makes
with him
sense.
now, Scott Hall.
Yeah.
I just
But that
yeah.
he can't use that one to win.
Scott Hall, I think this at the time is he just started to be going down the really messed up route as well, like late 98, right? I think he's in rehab by 99
I don't know.
without putting a downer on things. Because
We're not
if you remember, so by May 99, Ric Flair is the president of WCW, but gets carted off to a lunatic asylum where he
Right.
bumps into Scott Hall saying, hey, here, hi Scott, how you going? Things are all right? He's literally gone to rehab like just before this.
Mm.
So they write him into the lunatic asylum angle because, you know, for funsies. Yeah, 99 is a strange place for WCW.
Strange as hell.
Did we not go back and watch a Thunder from 99? Was it 2000? A few months ago.
Regrettably,
And
yes.
you kind of cussed me out for a good 3 minutes about it.
We don't talk about those dark times, Jack.
Dark times. Jeez.
Hard times, Daddy. No, dark times. We don't ever talk
Dark
about them.
times.
I mean, so Scott Hall is still tremendous gear here. Chest hair on point.
I don't really understand
Testing.
because this is a Goldberg match and there's 25 minutes left of the pay-per-view. So is there going to be like a... That makes sense to me.
Take your hands out your mouth. Mom, have a word with him. I mean, well, you know his entrance is going to last 4 minutes. There
I
you
think
go.
the Bulls look so cool though.
Sure.
Do you remember Jack?
The wolf pack.
He milks it so well.
I am a one-man
Pick
wolf
up.
pack.
Hold on.
What a worker.
Work is work, brother.
Yo.
It popped for 5 letters.
Reminds me of WrestleMania after Roman beat Taker and he just stepped to the ring to like unlimited booze and just said, "It's my yard now." It took
That's it.
took like 5 minutes to get the words out.
I feel like I'm going to have a lot of
great
legs. I'm going
moment.
to go back and clip up there. I got some good news and I got some bad news. That'll work with loads of things. Wow. No lies detected.
Did we know that he was white yet at this point?
I mean,
Was
look
it
at him.
still TBD?
The tan's fading, isn't it?
The tan was a little toned back by this point, right?
A lot less of a sort of Mexican Hispanic accent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Scott's been told to go and stall for time here, knowing that, oh God, the less you talk, the more you've got to work with Big Bill.
With Goldberg.
You know, I'm gonna make
Just-
that. I'm gonna make that. Hey, your last 45 seconds if I have to.
Just go out there and take your time.
Stall,
Do whatever
Daddy.
you do.
I mean, this is listed as one of Scott Hall's best matches, so I'm intrigued to see.
Is that Scott Hall as opposed to Razor Ramon?
No, both.
Oh, that was in the slide, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I feel like there's got to be.
You have to be that.
element to it.
You have to be that cool to use the word boo boo on a
Boo-boo.
pay-per-view.
On his knee.
Like they're booing Goldberg whenever he mentions him.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, NWO was just still so over.
Yeah.
They ruined him, right? I mean, this is the thing. When you start something like this, where you've got, the longest undefeated streak, you have to have an end point, and you have to have in mind what you're going to do at the end of it. And they just didn't. They got there and they were like, "Shit, what do we do now?"
They're like, keep making it up. They really didn't know what the hell they were. They didn't know where they were going. You could tell too.
Goldberg.
Here he comes.
Listen,
One thing
for our overseas listeners, do you want to give us a quick debrief of Charleston, West Virginia? Is that a nice part of the world?
Ulysses. I can't say anything.
I mean, there's probably like some coal mines around there.
Right, okay.
It's like the parts of Yorkshire that you don't necessarily need to go to.
I was going to say something really bad. Thank God. Right, yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, West Virginia is one of the original colonies, very prestigious place. A lot of presidents were born there, etc. Huh?
Colonies?
What?
What do you say, colonies?
What? No, I said it's a prestigious. A lot of presidents were born there.
Right, okay. Colonies.
Virginia. Now, West Virginia is
To the west
of it.
Yeah.
It seceded from original Virginia. And it's a landlocked state.
Well, that's a good word for a Boston accent.
Lot of
Landlocked.
play some football there. And I
What
know
did they play?
that
What football did they play? I can't remember a team name from there.
American college football.
Right.
And of course they have a lot of coal mines there. So that's really what they're known for.
Because I think Tony Schiavone is from West Virginia and he hates it because it's for the Hicks. Come where to leave.
It's exactly like, think about what I just said.
Right.
Of the
I'm trying to read between the lines
definitely
without
number
taking.
2.
Which Charleston, JJ?
I'm saying of the Charlestons, South Carolina.
The stun gun is being raised.
Oh my!
That's like a massive dildo.
My.
So just it actually
like
eerily
an average
does.
size dildo.
So think about
Like a leg of lamb.
We're looking 5 years apart, right? WrestleMania 10, him and Sean go in there, ladder match of ladder matches, steal the show. 5 years later,
Hottest angle. I'm gonna say just 2 years later, 2.5 years later, hottest angle in wrestling, and then 2.5 years later from that,
we're going above the ring.
But the thing was, because she'd been going up the rank, Goldberg's so young here.
Yeah.
Because you've been going up the ranks, you've been making that money, and you can do whatever you want now. So you probably could get a little lackadaisical, complacent.
He does look young, but then also in another way, he looks exactly the same.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's just because you could tell that he had more hair, that he was still shaving it at this point. But also, like, Goldberg, have you guys noticed he's always spitting? Like, stop spitting.
Yeah, again, and
we kicked this off with Scott Hall spitting in the face of people with a piece of fruit, man. I mean,
he can do what he wants.
No one's going to tell him that he can't take it.
Yeah, but that was 7 years prior with a lot more educated since then. I mean, getting now in the COVID era, can you imagine like biting an apple off and spitting in its face, or even throwing it, even a toothpick? It's
This is why Carlito never got over, really.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it just wasn't cool at that point, mate.
By that time,
it wasn't for a life of lateral flow testing.
No. One of my faves.
Carlito?
No, lateral flow test.
Oh, right, I was going to say.
Yeah. Big part of my life, I mean, all of our lives.
Unfortunately. Well, if you've sworn enough, not if you just stay at home. If you're going to Colombia, though, you know what I mean? I can't believe you went to Colombia. My God, I'm so jealous.
Why is it so, like, people from here go there all the time. That's like you guys saying that you're going to, like, Ibiza or whatever. Like, it's not.
Never been, so.
Never been.
Sorry.
Oh, West Virginia's quite big. Yeah, there's nothing there, right?
You're going to have to. Are you going to have to?
Well, I'm judging this. I was judging things on like wrestling towns, right? So, in West Virginia, like, where is there? Where there's nowhere where the big companies would run.
So again, let's
like
think about.
Put it this way: in Virginia, Virginia was a hot town for Jim Crockett Promotions. Richmond,
right.
Norfolk, Roanoke,
right.
Regular stops on the loop. And even going like the Carolinas, obviously Greensboro, Charlotte, Columbia, Charleston, whatever. But like West Virginia, there's nothing.
So when you think
maybe
about,
they just got confused. Maybe they were like, oh, we're off to Charleston, South Carolina. I booked the West Virginia one. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's just
no.
go.
They knew where they were going. They knew what they were doing.
Sorry.
But I mean, when you think about so you guys are a quick little history lesson. You know that there's the original 13 colonies that started the revolution and stuff like that. So the
colonies.
You know, I'm from the north. No, I'm
She
from the
did say
north.
colonies before, didn't she? She did. Definitely
Yeah,
did.
there's 13 colonies. That's how.
Oh, sorry. Anywho, so I'm from the north, and shut up. I'm from the north, and in the south, you know, Virginia is the beginning of the south, and then of course you have North Carolina, South Carolina, but all like the coastal places, right? West Virginia is a little further in, and there's not a lot going on there, guys. But I think it was probably a good it was part of that southern territory for wrestling, and I think they probably did decent over there. There's not that much else going on, so
no, they did nothing. That's what I mean. Like, if you look at Connaughts Midnight Express, they would never go there, presumably because again, disposable income. People wouldn't come to pay.
There's no big city, Jack. Literally in West Virginia, there's no big city. Like I couldn't name one.
Well, if you can't name one, John definitely can't name one.
No, I realistically cannot think of one, right? Whereas, like, you know, North Carolina, you're like, oh, they're going to Charlotte. South Carolina, they're going to the other colony.
Back to the island.
But yeah, think about it.
Scott Hall's 40 years old, by the way, here, this age.
He's 4 years old.
He's 40 years old.
Yeah,
you look at him at 40 and then you think that Bryan Danielson is currently 40 years old.
Yeah.
Man.
No, Bryan Danielson is 40
that vegan lifestyle is
a vegan lifestyle, brother.
Right.
Jack, why are you so bothered by the word colonies? I don't understand what's happening.
It's because I said it in Lizzie, but I was questioning it, like colonies, right? Okay.
So normal for me to say because you know that we were
the 13 colonies, right? Just that's
how the U.S. started.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Maybe Jack doesn't know his U.S. history.
You don't need to because you're not from here. But
there's
so
not much to know.
On our flag,
that was a serious.
On our flag, it's the red, white, and blue. There's 50 stars for the 50 states.
I get that.
And then the red and white stripes. There's 13 of them representing the 13 original colonies.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what,
because each state was a colony.
I really need to get that. The guy on the left there with that Four Horsemen t-shirt with the actual big horse, and I've been trying to recreate that for 2 years, and now you found it. The graphics are too hard. But yeah, Scott Hall is trying really hard, and Goldberg just doesn't have a clue what he's doing.
Scott Hall, if he can't make you look good, no one can.
Have you seen the match with Regal and Goldberg from around?
Yeah.
I went and watched that again because it must have been like
painful.
So the fact it was on, which basically means it was on roughly in the last 3 months, and I've recorded it and posted it again. Regal does nothing wrong.
Nothing.
He was told, go and have a 7-minute match with it. Okay, I'll try. And then he came back. You were shooting on me there.
So Regal said in his book. Regal said in his book that like during the match, Goldberg was like,
lost.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry, like help me out. And then afterwards, when they got to the back, he was like, what the hell were you doing? Like making out like Regal had screwed him over. So
Regal's trying to put him in holds and stretches, and Goldberg's answer to selling everything is just. That's all he does. He'll just watch what if Scott does anything. Just
there's very few people.
Shakes his head like a cartoon character. Like, shake it off. There's
very few people that like I will say.
This is the first time I think he's ever got color, by the way.
Oh really?
I think so. Very few people that I will be like, oh, this person has no business in a wrestling ring.
Big Bill.
Him.
And he's still getting paid for. See, look what.
Like it's too much.
No one has made a longer career out of less. Like,
isn't that a great worker in theory, right?
Yes, JJ,
sure.
Put it right here, because I love that. No one has made such a long career out of doing less than this guy. Oh
Big
my
elbow
God.
drop off the top from Scott Hall.
Man's got 2 moves.
And look how he sold it.
Not even 3. Like,
Scott
that's
Hall
the
sold
thing.
it. Right. For people out there watching along, we're on 2:44, 34, 35. There is still 10 minutes to go here. Bill's busted up. His match has gone 6 minutes, so I'm presuming what run-ins, shenanigans. I don't know what happens. I've never seen this match before.
If I was Scott Hall, I would just be kicking the shit out of him right now. Just
I can't believe this was voted one of his greatest ever matches.
No.
This is a bit of a come down from, I suppose. I will give Shawn his due, right? You're working with Shawn Michaels rather than Bill Goldberg. It takes two. You need the right dance partner.
Full disclosure, we stole this from Wrestle Culture, looked through it, and picked 3 matches from different eras that represented different stuff to watch. And so, sorry, take it up with Wrestle Culture.
He's trying to give him a suplex. Oh, that nearly went pear-shaped.
But
what a maneuver!
I think there's a story here.
What's the story?
So I think that the story here is Scott Hall, God bless him, is just trying to carry this individual through this match. And it just shows that no matter how hard everyone tried, no one could make him look good. And you know what? Sorry. He deserved to be screwed with the cattle prod, which actually sounds terrible. To lose to right?
He deserves to be screwed with the cattle prod. Beg your pardon.
The one that Jack has already referred to as an oversized dildo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like, it was just like, for what? Honestly, for what?
During this time period, right? So Goldberg wrestled Bret Hart, Scott Hall, Kurt Hennig,
Listen,
William Regal, Lord Regal. If you can't have a good match with those people, then come on, buddy.
Stop. Goldberg ended our Bret Hart's career. I will never forgive him for that. Literally, I will never forgive him for that. Till today.
Look at this selling. Where's the urgency? Where's the drama? Where's the suspense? He just hobbles around the ring.
I just don't know why they put him in such a long main event. I mean,
they probably okayed it with Scott, right? Saying, "Can you make this work?"
I can try.
Look at Scott. He's shouting over to him like, "Just get up, do this."
Yeah.
Can
you imagine
go to the finish?
No, seriously. Imagine how frustrating it was for like younger talent or the mid-card talent that like there were a lot of, WCW had a really, really, really big roster back then, bloated roster.
Yeah. Being
one of those guys in the back and you're like, I would kill for this position. And then you have this one out here being carried through the main event.
You just have a quick look through this card and you've got Chris Jericho, you've got Perry Saturn, you've got Rey Mysterio, you've got Juventud Guerrera, Fit Finlay, Chavo Guerrero,
Yep. Say nothing.
Crazy. They had a lot of talent and this is the guy they wanted to push.
At the same time, Hogan's the champion and Ric Flair's the president, so they'll be very much between, again, so we go back from 96, they haven't really built anything apart from Bill.
But the thing was, like, he was over. Like, he was massively over. So can we say too much?
Yeah, is that Ron Jeremy in the front row?
What? The guy in the black?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I just remember him being like quite of pop culture around this time, right?
I don't think I can't see well enough. No, that's not him.
What is he doing here?
He doesn't even know.
I have no idea how stiff that was, but I feel like it might have been too stiff.
He's changed legs twice, which one he's hobbling on. Have you noticed that?
There was a bit earlier on where he fell off the ladder and he laid flat and then he just flapped like a fish. Like that was like 5 seconds later.
Oh my God, he's such a monster.
I've never had more respect for sure. Oh, great drop kick. But again, doesn't really go down. Holds the leg. You compare the selling from Shawn and Razor in that ladder match from WrestleMania 10 both
What, like-
working with each other.
Like the fact that you just like Scott Hall, a huge man, just with all his might, just pushed a ladder on top of you and you just fell so slowly. Just go to hell. Just go to hell and stay there.
I'll go to West Virginia. Even better.
It's the equivalent. He's in the
Yeah.
right place.
This would rather go to
Synonym,
Columbia
Jack,
than
synonym.
West Virginia. Climb the ladder, make yourself famous, kid.
I mean, Colombia is a beautiful country. I don't see the issue.
First of all, I would rather go to Colombia than like.
What is he
90%
doing? What is
US.
this?
Oh my God, help!
Why isn't Goldberg stopping him?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. That did not
didn't
look pretty.
I think he was supposed to go a little bit further, maybe, actually. I don't know what you call it.
He was, yeah, he was.
Cradle that. Not even.
Help!
That can't be the finish. That can't be the finish, surely.
I mean, it can be. Just
Do you
get
think
this
he
over
tried to like copy Sean's thing?
JJ,
And
get it over with.
do you think he tried to copy Sean's thing, land on the ropes and get his legs stuck in? Because look how
Yeah,
he's kind of like stood.
It looks like that.
The context, yeah, I think they tried to do that.
I don't think so. Here comes the interference.
Oh, thank
Disco
God.
fucking Inferno.
I've never
you-
been so happy to see Disco
I'll
Inferno
tell you
in
what,
my life.
he cracked his nip on that second rope then. That wasn't
Yeah.
good.
You see, he
That
can't
didn't look
even.
pretty.
He was supposed to jump off a bit and
He's supposed to
catch.
jump and
Yeah. He just went on it like a sack of potatoes.
of all the people you want in the main event of a pay-per-view to help Disco Inferno, really?
It's your boy. What a guy.
What is happening?
Come on, Scott. Save us, Scott.
So Disco Inferno, so Goldberg,
He's got it.
wow.
He's got the
That's
stun
the end of
gun.
the match.
He's
Really?
just got to use it.
Yeah.
Wait, is he back from the dead?
Only God knows. On one leg.
Can't believe it. Oh, what a man.
This is so bad. I can't get. How could you book this as a pay-per-view finish?
He drops the stun gun.
Disco
Guys,
Inferno
this
comes
is
out for the
drama.
run-in. So again, they make Goldberg look like such an idiot. He loses the main event. So he loses
Got
in
it, guys.
the
He's got
arcade.
it.
He then loses to Scott
Can
Hall.
barely even get out the ring. What?
Use it then.
Is this the equivalent of him? Oh, is this the equivalent of him getting his heat back? You've lost the match. Your streak's gone, and you've lost in 2 back-to-back pay-per-views.
Disco Inferno. I mean, that
See,
was one of
just
the
look-
worst run-ins I've ever seen.
Look how good Scott Hall is. He's just like, still hands up. Stop.
He's milking it with the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Proper villain. Doug Dillinger there of the head of WCW security is like primed there on the front just in case anything goes wrong here.
It's like he's powering it up. Just do it. Like,
Just do it.
as much as Scott's trying, there is no drama here.
Yeah.
Just use it. Or you just press the fucking button. He's right there. That's how you win the match. Genius. Threw it up in the air and speared him and jackhammered him. He could have just won the match by just doing it then and there.
What's he gained from this? I'm confused. Like,
I guess he wants his revenge, right?
and here's Bam Bam Bigelow.
Of course.
What the fuck is going on? Bam Bam Bigelow was ECW World Heavyweight Champion just 3 months before. So this is a big shock-ish.
I love Bam
But not
Bam.
when you think that Bam Bam was on WWF TV in like 87, and this is 12 years later, so it's not like he's a new, fresh talent, really. And why is Bam Bam been a stun gun? Oh.
Bam Bam was a good big man, though. I love him.
What a fucking mess.
How Goldberg sells a stun gun.
What is happening? There's just a lot. It's just too much. Everybody's getting it.
Well, that was that.
Help.
Wow.
This is how today went, okay? Like, peak. Fucking boom. See you later.
All I said was, let's watch WrestleMania 10.
But I mean, by this stage, again, by 90, so he was released in February 2000, so he was released just 12 months after this, but he was pretty much there sporadically throughout 99. Pretty much after this match, he was more or less gone. He forfeited the US heavyweight title at Super Bowl, which was in March, I think. Oh, there you go, February 21st, 99, foot injury, and then he was drunk on TV for a few months, and that was kind of it. So that was pretty much the beginning of the end of Scott Hall as a wrestler on WCW TV anyway. I'm guessing, JJ, that's the first time you've probably seen that match. Could you see that the writing was beginning to be on the wall?
First time and last time. And yeah, I mean, we know the period, like we mentioned the finger poke of doom and the end of the Goldberg the undefeated streak, and yeah, sort of the marking of the beginning of the end, right? It was just bizarro world.
Listen, you lived this era as a super fan at the time, and now you're reliving it. Is it as bad as you remember?
I think when you're 10 years old, or however age I was at the time, you look at it with kids' eyes, and then when you're watching it as an adult, you're like, oh wow, this is really bad. So I'm definitely feeling the latter right now. On a positive spin, I think, again, it just shows Scott Hall was so many different people, and he played a lot of different roles in the wrestling business. And I think a period that we probably don't cover, and maybe we don't want to, is like, we know in a few years' time he'll be in TNA for some, limited engagements over on that side. So he definitely is one of those people that I think we always talk about. People have like so many different chapters or different, he's like this is like his second career at this point, because he had his time in AWA, and then he had his time in WWF, and then now in WCW. But like you said, Jack, the writing's on the wall. The ship is sinking. So sinking.
Yeah, the sticky ship. Just going. If you alluded to it there. He came back in 2002 as part of the NWO angle. He was let go after that famous plane ride from hell, where Carnage ensued. Yeah, exactly. He then went to TNA. He was there for a bit. Came back in 2005. No-showed an event in 2008. Brief run in 2010. But yeah, it's been a strange time. But I think with you guys, I'm more going to remember the 96 Outsiders Invasion and the 94, 95 Razor Ramon click period of his career, more so than 98, 99 when it starts becoming
I don't associate Scott Hall with this time at all. I remember him as one half of the Outsiders. I remember him as Razor Ramon, and that's it. Like, only good memories.
John, if we said to you Scott Hall, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I guess when he first appeared on Nitro, I think that's like the most iconic moment, right?
And what line was that again?
I'm not going to say it again. I said it enough.
You know who I am. This is like when Seb wakes you up at 3 a.m, right? You know I am, but you don't know why I'm here. Razor Ramon, the bad guy. I'm with you. A child of new generation. It'll always be Razor. Bruce Pritchard, again, always calls him Razor. I think a lot of people from that era still see him as that character and that person. But if you want some other like gems. He wrestles Bret Hart at Royal Rumble 93. He has another ladder match with Shawn in 94. Great match with the 1-2-3 kid. He has a match with Jeff Jarrett, I think WrestleMania 11. Pretty much any match from Razor between 93 to 95, 96 can't really go wrong. So we'll try and put a few more clips of that in the next upcoming weeks and months. Until then, the three of us are probably back with some more WrestleMania stuff. I want to cover WrestleMania 13, probably for me the greatest WrestleMania match of all time, Bret versus Austin in the submission match. What's that? Sorry, JJ?
I was thinking of WrestleMania 10, Bret versus Owen. Which because we were just looking at that. Yeah.
You can watch that as well. This is a classic.
Just because we were on that today on WrestleMania 10. But yeah,
hey, the more Bret the better, because as you know, Bret was always right.
Bret was always right. Still is.
This is Iro. Beautiful. Anyway, we'll be back in Gibraltar. Lissy's off to Colombia, and then she's off to WrestleMania. So if you see Lissy walking around with a mainly wrestling fit, just stick a 2 sweet to her, and she'll acknowledge you accordingly. But until that time, I've been Jack Milner. She's been Lissy Almeida, and he's John Jacobs, and we are out of time. Ta-ra!
Peace.